Alex Lawson, the executive director of Social Security Works, socialsecurityworks.org, strengthofthesocialsecurity.org, ALaw 202 or SS Works on Twitter, or X, or whatever you want to call it. And Alex, welcome back. Am I missing any of your URLs? I know you've got a couple of other ones out there.
No, that's all good. Socialsecurityworks.org is the main one, Tom.
Okay, great. So the Republican Party says that well, Jake Johnson published this piece over on Common Dreams. Hell no, Trump allies plans to privatize Medicare draws alarm and outrage. Tell us about this.
So Andrew Perez at Rolling Stone sort of broke this first, and what this is it's been known to us, but it's really wonderful when it sort of gets out there, as you know, Tom, and people pay attention to this. But it's that the Republicans' plan is to privatize Medicare using Medicare Advantage. And what the Rolling Stone article unearthed is just written in the Heritage Foundation transition document. It spells out exactly how they plan to do that. Switch so that when you become Medicare eligible, you're automatically put into a private insurance plan that you then would have to opt out of if you wanted to go into traditional Medicare, which we know, just like all the science, all the social science of opt-in and opt-out show that that's how you would kill it. That's like, right. It would do it. And most people wouldn't see that. You know, it doesn't sound as bad as like, you know, I'm going to rip your health care away from you, Tom, and make sure that, you know, an insurance company can delay and deny you needed care. But that's what it would do directly. So that has been exposed, and it's great that people are like shocked and outraged by it. For us who've been fighting it for so many years, it's really obvious that this is what they've always been trying to do, right. Privatize Medicare.
Right, and they've got about 51, 52, 53% of seniors who are on Medicare of some sort, being on Medicare Advantage. If they shift this, you know, basically auto or opt-in, if they shift the paradigm here, I'm guessing that within 5 years or so, they'll be up to 75, 80% of everybody on Medicare is on Medicare Advantage, at which point they can probably pull the plug without most Americans even realizing, much less without much outrage.
Although the truth is that when you get to that point, the system breaks, because the way Medicare Advantage which is not Medicare at all, as you know, right. It's just private insurers. The way that they make their money is by delaying and denying care, finding the people who need the least care and excluding the people who actually need health care. So as they destroy traditional Medicare, it actually breaks the healthcare system totally, because there's nowhere for those people to go. Once Medicare is gone because the private insurers have destroyed it, then a person who's denied care, which is how these companies make their money, they just die. They have nowhere to go, Tom. That's right. The problem. The system that the insurers are relying on being parasites on, they will kill it. And, you know, like what Trump and the Republicans want to do is accelerate that death spiral, which would lead to the absolute destruction of health care for seniors. And again, it seems sort of innocuous, right? Like, oh, it's just auto enrollment in the so-called Medicare Advantage. That sounds just like Medicare. But that switch, and I think it'd be faster than 5 years, but it would, I mean, definitely by 5 years, you know, the idea of traditional Medicare would be maybe not recoverable. And then you take that one further, Tom, and you know this, their whole goal is we're fighting to improve and expand Medicare to everyone in this country and guarantee health care for everyone in this country. They're racing to kill Medicare before we can do that.
Right, and then they'll roll out, after they've killed Medicare, then they'll roll out, hey, we agree with Bernie Sanders now. We want Medicare for all. Well, Medicare Advantage for all, actually, but yes, let's do this.
That's exactly right. And then, I mean, we can even zoom in a little bit more. It's United Healthcare, right? The giant. It's either single payer with United Healthcare, or single payer with improved Medicare for everyone. Those are the two paths. In one of those paths, improved Medicare for all, everyone gets health care. You get sick, you get the care that you need, full stop. That's the way it works. In United Healthcare, private insurance for all, you get sick, you don't get the care you need. You get denied. And the more you need the care, the more likely you are to be denied because you're one of the ones that costs money. And insurance companies don't make money by paying for health care. They make money by denying claims. That's the entire way that they make money. So there's no way of reforming that, like that is the fundamental point of these companies. So they can only do one thing: take our premiums and deny our care.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we're speaking with Alex Lawson, the Executive Director of Social Security Works. Alex, what is happening on the Social Security front? For a long time, Republicans have been wanting to privatize Social Security. The big banksters are gung-ho for it. Jamie Dimon was doing a fundraiser, I believe, for Nikki Haley, in part on, based on this, the idea that, hey, there's trillions of dollars here, and if it was sitting in our bank instead of the federal government's, we could be skimming a little bit off the top, and us billionaires could become multi-billionaires.
Yeah, they talk about we'll have trillionaires way before we even make a dent in poverty.
Right.
That is everything you laid out is exactly right on Social Security. The thing I'd add is that the vector that they're using to attack Social Security, the commission, the so-called fiscal commission, which is just a death panel for Social Security, it's really alive and well, and it's super dangerous, Tom. As you're watching the immigration deal, sort of fall apart because Donald Trump is directing the House Republicans to, not support it at all. When the government funding fight actually, which is part of this fight, when that actually comes due, the deadline, which is March 1st and March 8th, it's very possible that the commission is used as the pound of flesh to get Republican votes. They've advanced it to the floor in the House and the Senate. All of the stars are aligned for Wall Street to get their death panel for Social Security. We have a good shot of blocking it in the House, but we do have to raise our voices right now is the critical time.
Wow. Simpson Bowles all over again. And of course, this would, what I'm seeing is that their strategy would be to basically cut Social Security benefits by raising the retirement age. I understand every 1 year later that people have to retire is the equivalent of about a 7% cut in Social Security benefits in terms of all the money that Social Security has to pay out. And this way they avoid raising the cap on the very wealthy donors to the Republican Party. Is that the essence of it?
That is it in its entirety. Their plan is to just replace, what we say is in a decade, we have to have millionaires and billionaires pay the same rate into Social Security as the rest of us to prevent around 20% benefit cut in a decade. What they say is we're going to cut benefits by 21% today to, quote unquote, prevent a benefit cut in the future. And you're like, that doesn't make any sense. That's just the problem sooner. But it makes perfect sense if you realize that their goal is to protect the billionaires from paying their fair share. Their goal is to undermine Social Security.
Correct. So when do they roll out Social Security Advantage?
I think it's sort of like the commission. That's where they would discuss things like that. And I will say, Tom, what makes this more dangerous than the Bowles-Simpson Commission is in the Bowles-Simpson Commission, it took a 2/3 majority vote in the commission to advance the fast track, which that basically blasts through Congress. And if it gets out of the commission, it's going to get done. They realized that was their mistake last time. So this time it's a simple majority. And that change alone makes this commission far more dangerous than the Bowles-Simpson Commission was. So that's why we have to ensure that it does not even get impaneled, because it will be harder to block if it is.
Yeah. Incredible. What's going on here. You've got two parasitic industries, insurance and banking, who are looking at trillions of government dollars that are right now benefiting Americans, and they're going, we want to get our hands on all that money. It's insane. Alex Lawson, Social Security Works is the website. Check it out. Alex, thanks so much.
Thanks, Tom.
Great talking with you as always. We'll be right back at 16 minutes past the hour.
This is the Thom Hartmann Program.
Up next, why America needs a Trump election subversion verdict quickly, and crazy alert, deep fakes. Wow. Stay with us.